What's going on, boys? Welcome back to the channel. And today's video honestly is just going to be a little bit different because I'm not going to do any cool edits or fancy backdrops. As you can tell, I'm just in my room on my desk working on my laptop, and I say that because I just wanted to set up the camera and just get real with you guys for a second. Like I said, I was sitting here doing a little bit of work, and honestly I had like a wave of euphoria, or just like even just like a moment of happiness that I kind of felt. I just started thinking, even a couple of years ago, I would have been ecstatic if someone told me that I would be working on my business in my high rise. And then I started to realize just how far I've come in my self-growth journey in a relatively short amount of time. And I say that being on this journey for like 3 years now, but really locking in this past year and a half. And now everything that I used to pray for and I've worked so hard for is finally coming to fruition. Needless to say, I have a long way to go for some of my bigger goals, but the short-term goals that I've made even just a year ago, I've absolutely crushed. Like getting in crazy shape, and I mean like crazy shape, not just like regular buff guy shape like I was before, but having abs and staying shredded year round, or like moving to my dream city and my dream high rise. I say all this not to brag or make it seem like I'm so much further than the person who's on the other side of this screen right now, but to get the point across that you could be in the same position as me, or even better, if you just take this next year serious. I really started taking this journey serious August 1st, 2023, and then moved to my dream high rise August 1st, 2024. In literally 1 year, I made it happen. And that's how fast it can happen. 1 year of locking in is all it takes. Not to mention some of the other goals I've accomplished, like being on an animal-based diet for almost a year now, saying I was going to start training a martial art and actually doing it, starting and scaling my agency, and also starting the social media I accomplished all those goals in a year. And maybe you're right there with me, or maybe you're doing even better than me, and if that's the case, then more power to you. If you relate more to the me 2.5, 3 years ago, who didn't even know what next steps to take or what he wanted to do with his life, just know I feel your pain, because I promise you, I was just there. Let me be a testimony for you. It is possible, bro. Maybe life hasn't dealt you the best hand, where things have been extremely hard for you these past few years, but to find some relatability, and I don't want to be another one of those pity party guys who needs to talk about his past for validation, but just know I'm not supposed to be where I'm at right now. I'm basically a high school dropout who's always struggled academically. I come from a broken home that was as unstable as one place could ever be. I literally did not have my own room until I got my own apartment at 20 years old. Like the living room was my room. And I know many people, and maybe you're one of these people, who have had it significantly worse than me. But honestly, the odds have been stacked against me since I was young. But the thing that just keeps me going, and the reason why I am seeing so much early success in my life, is because I just want it more than other people. And that's because most people can't swallow the fact that they're going to have to give up all the bullshit that they do on a weekly basis that occupies all the time they could be getting better, like going out, getting drunk, going to the bars, chasing girls, or whatever they consider fun, which, as most of you know, I can relate to because that was my reality for the longest time. But in order for me to change, I had to stop making excuses for myself and blaming the things that happened to me in my life, and start taking responsibility for the things that I could control. And most of you watching this who feel like they deserve more, or feel like they're going to be something special in life, realize that what you do on a daily basis is not going to cut it for the life you think you deserve. Because you'll work on your goals after watching a motivational video like this, but then as soon as the weekend rolls around and your friends want to do something fun with you on a Friday night, you're the first one to say yes. Which reminds me of a friend that I used to work with. And at this point in time in my life, I was starting to take my self-growth journey serious and taking that next step. So I stopped drinking, I stopped partying, doing all that stupid shit. And when I got there, I guess it just kind of rubbed off on him, and he wanted to be held accountable like how I was holding myself accountable, which I was more than happy to do. I love helping people, as you can tell with this YouTube channel. But the thing is with him, and he was a great guy, is that he would stay locked in, eat clean, come to the gym with me during the week, after work, before work sometimes. But as soon as the weekend would roll around, he would go right back to the shit that was holding him back, like drinking. And every Monday he would come in super hungover, and I would ask him, bro, why do you lock in work so hard for 5 days out of the week and then throw it all away for 2 days of fun. And most of the time his excuse was, oh, it was my homie's birthday, or there was a concert, or whatever excuse it was that weekend, for that weekend. But I realized, I honestly saw some of my old self in him as well, because I would frequently make those same excuses. Anytime I was trying to start bettering myself and get better with the things that I did, when the weekend would roll around and my friends hit me up, I would have FOMO to go out and go have fun, obviously. But there's a lesson in that story. And the lesson is, people underestimate the power of just saying no, and saying no to the shit that doesn't further you or further you in your self-growth journey, and saying yes to the shit that actually matters, like starting that business that you have had in your mind for so long, or going on a diet, staying on that diet and staying dialed in with it, or whatever it is that you know that you should be doing to get better or to fix the insecurity you may have, like getting in good shape or whatever it is. Just say yes to that version of yourself, because your friends, the bars, the good times, whatever you want to call them, will always be there. But the opportunity for you to get better is melting away day by day, because it's becoming ultra competitive out here. To put it in perspective, I don't know about you, but at least for me, 2024 feels like one of the fastest years of my life. Like, it was like a blink of an eye. And better yet, 2020 doesn't even feel that long ago, but not even a month from now, 2020 will be 5 years ago. Now that can scare the shit out of you because you haven't made much progress since then, or you could be excited about it like me, because every single day that passes, I'm getting better. And every day, month, year that passes, I just keep getting that much closer to my goals, because it's compounding interest. And yes, people are gonna love to remind you, just like they love to remind me, oh, but you only live once and you're young, go live it up, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about you, but doing the same repetitive things over and over, enjoying the weekends, but having to be back at work on Mondays to make the same amount of money you've been making for the past 5 years sounds like a literal prison sentence to me. So unless that sounds good to you, I would lock in for these next 5 years for the rest of your life to be pleasurable, or seek pleasure for these next 5 years and regret it for the rest of your existence. And before I wrap this up, I'll leave you with a verse from the Bible, Proverbs 14:23. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads to poverty. There was a version of you who watched this video, made a plan, stuck to that plan, and became successful. But there is also a version of you who watched this video, thought to himself, man, that was a great video, but then went right back to the same things that he's been doing that's gotten him 0 results. Now it's up to you to decide which version you want to be true. Like I always say, please like, comment, hit that bell icon, subscribe. I really appreciate all the recent love I've been getting on these videos. I really just love doing this. I love motivating people because I know what this self-growth journey has done for me in my life and how much happiness it's brought for me. So I want the same thing for you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.